My name is Kimberly Owen. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm a freshman at Clemson this year. I did my new student dialogue on body sizes and the way it affects our lives. Um, let's see. What I got from it is that, I guess there are a lot of stereotypes in the world about just a person's personality based off their looks. One of the ones that I said was your typical sorority girl is super duper pretty and always has her little sorority bag. She always looks together, and they're generally not the nicest people in the world. They're very cliquey. And there was a sorority girl sitting next to me, and she was like, I'm a sorority girl, and I'd had a 5-minute conversation with her already, and she seemed like a really nice girl. I hadn't even noticed that she had her sorority bag with her. So I guess it was eye-opening that you can be a sorority girl and still be in the honors college and still be really pretty but not be a bitch, that kind of thing. I felt like I was a more active participant in the new student dialogue, and part of it was because we'd already had this kind of thing at Impact, which is the thing that I went to over this summer, the week before freshmen started. I went to it through Clemson, obviously, and it was kind of the same idea but with a focus on volunteering, but we still went through the same topics of when you look at me, what do you see? Most people see kind of I don't look so great today, I'm a little tired. I didn't wake up this morning feeling like I wanted to look super cute. It's kind of cold outside. It's rainy. I wanted to wear my rain boots. And I was walking from Holmes to Shaletta to get some pancakes that weren't there. So I wasn't really feeling looking like hot stuff. So I guess a lot of people probably assume that I'm the nerd that sits in her room or whatever, even though anybody that actually knows me knows that I'm huge sports fanatic and whatever, and I'm not the prettiest girl in the world. I've got little junk in my trunk, and that was kind of one of the things we covered, was that girls especially often feel the need to criticize everything about themselves. And it's one of those things that were brought up in society about, and we discussed Barbie, how when we're younger, even if we don't realize it,Arbie is kind of a symbol of what we should be. What I said in the discussion was when I was younger, I wanted to be Barbie. She has Malibu Beach House, she has Ken, she can be the teacher, she can be a flight attendant, she can be the dentist, the nurse, pretty much Barbie can do whatever with a hot pink convertible. So, and she looks good in everything. Have you seen a Barbie outfit that she doesn't look good in? No, you haven't. So, so we have these unrealistic expectations about ourselves. When we were younger, we expect to grow up to be like Barbie. I thought my baby fat would come off, and apparently it didn't. But I thought I would look like Barbie when I grew up, and I don't. I'm 5'5.5". Barbie's 6 feet tall if you put her in real proportions, and that kind of thing. It's just she's super skinny. She gets all the Kens, your typical frat guys, that kind of thing. And so we expect to have all this, and then when we don't, we break ourselves down. What is it about me that doesn't make me like Barbie? Is it that I wear a size 9 instead of a size 00? Is it that I have some acne on my face? What makes me not the perfect girl for a guy? And what one of the girls said was, everyone's beautiful. It's just different forms of beauty. Okay, so maybe I'm not super hot stuff, but people like my personality a lot. They think I'm funny. They think I'm a legit football fan. Like, I know what's going on. Like, I like sports, that kind of thing. I'm not good at sports personally. I can't dribble basketball. I pick it up and run, which is apparently against the rules. So I obviously don't play. I can't play soccer. So, you know, I'm not like the most athletic person ever, but I still enjoy like playing intramural dodgeball with my friends and that kind of thing. So like, yeah, we just discussed what it feels like from your perspective of when you look at someone, do you think, oh, like, look at that skirt, like she's a little skanky, like that kind of thing? Or are you like going through your head thinking like she's really tall? Like, are you categorizing a person based off their physical appearance, as in like, do you like the way they dress? Do you like their shoes? Do you like their makeup? Do you like how they did their hair this morning? Or are you doing it based off like, they seem to be a nice person, like they seem to be very chatty, or they seem to be having a bad day, they're very tall, they have blonde hair, like that kind of thing. And that was about like the summary of our session. Do I think we achieved true dialogue? Well, based off impact, dialogue is where everyone feels completely comfortable talking. And it's just an exchange of ideas, exchange of information based off different people's perspectives. And I think some of us did. I think like the sorority girl I was talking about earlier, like I think we achieved a true dialogue. Like I said what my stereotypes of people were, and she would say what hers were, and we kind of like went back and forth of like, well, maybe this isn't as true as you think it is. Like, there are some things that everyone expects, like a nerd to be super weird, have like giant glasses that like magnify their eyes like 10,000 times, and have pocket protectors and little pens and that kind of thing. But I mean, I'm a nerd and I like to just wear whatever. Like, I don't feel the need to be a stereotypical nerd or that kind of thing. And so we just kind of break it down, and I think that's when we achieved true dialogue. And I think a lot of other members of our dialogue did, but at the same time there were some that just like sat there and took it in and like just kind of like went through the motions of it all. Yeah, obviously going along with that, there were active voices. I think I was considered an active voice, and there were some other girls, and our one guy in the group was an active voice for sure. He was giving us kind of the guy's perspective, which was very interesting. I liked that. And there were definitely some more reserved ones. There were some that I heard and introduced their name, and that was it. Like, that was all I heard from them the entire time. But I felt like I played a role in, if there was an awkward silence, I would speak up. Like, I always answered the question. I mean, I have an opinion about pretty much anything, but I mean, I felt like if we're gonna be here for 2 hours, like, let's at least do something with our time. So, as for, do I think the dialogue is should be a component of Library 100? And I met some new people. I met nice people. I think it kind of broadens your horizons if you let it. And I think it is a good component. I think Library 100 probably should have a few less components to it, because it's kind of annoying to have to, you know, go to your tap session, you need to student dialogue, do all these alcohol EBU classes, and like go to all these things, and it's like, I have so much work already. Like, it's my freshman year. Please don't try and like drown me in freshman stuff. But I think as for if new student dialogue is worth it, yes, I think that's definitely should stay apart. And yeah, so it was a good time. I met some nice people. I learned some things about myself and how I felt and how it affected my views on other people, and that I could change that, and it would positively affect my relationships. And I think a lot of other people did too.